Now back on the record, the time is approximately 4:04 p.m.
I've spoken to my clients. If you want to put her on a record, I'll put her on a record. She says she's tired. She says she can't proceed. I said that at the beginning. I wanted to get this thing over with today. I have no desire at all to unnecessarily prolong this matter. I can't allow a client who's tired and can't focus on the questions answer them. It creates a bad record. She's 90 years old. I said this the last time. This is almost exactly the same time, 2 hours, and she was done then. And frankly, she's done now. I don't have to apologize to counsel, but I'm going to, even though there's nothing that she's done wrong. There's certainly nothing that I've done wrong. I would much prefer that this matter continue and that the deposition be concluded. There's nothing to be gained by it not being finished today. In fact, it's a hardship for everybody. On the other hand, I'm a court officer. I'll look right into the camera, and whoever's going to see this, whether it's Judge Basinski, whoever it is, I'm telling you as an officer of the court, she is not able to continue. I don't know what else you want to do.
Well, I don't agree with what you're saying. This is a court-ordered deposition. However, having said that, I'm not going to coerce her to continue if that, in fact, is her position. However, I do want to ask her one, possibly two other questions.
What are they?
I will ask her.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I'm not going to. The deposition is over. I mean, that's it.
This is a court-ordered deposition.
Then take it, Mr. Cantoli. She's not. Let me do this. Let me make this on the record. She's not able to focus. She's tired, and I'm not going to allow it to happen. Now, if Judge Basinski rules up, sorry. I'll repeat myself. She's 90 years old. She's told me she's tired. She wants to go home. She can't focus on the questions. And I'm not going to allow any more questions, not even one. Now, if Judge Basinski feels that he wants the next deposition could be in the Ocean County Courthouse, I'll be glad to attend. And if she has a problem, then she can bring it to Judge Basinski. We can do it off his courtroom. I want to get this over with. Please don't do that, Mrs. Erner. I mean, don't do that. We had a big problem the last time.
How are you even interpreting that Miss Erner is doing anything wrong? She's standing there. Your client is speaking to her. And we're still on the record, Mr. Neff.
Okay, fine. One side, please. One side. Make whatever record you want.
I'd like to call a judge. Get it off the record.
We're now off the record. The time is approximately 4:07 p.m. We're now on the record. The time is approximately 4:10.
I think what's happening here is the pressure point of forcing an elderly woman to go on a record and to force her into a deposition knowing that she's not well is one of the most egregious things I've seen in the last 41 years of being an attorney. It's insensitive to the elderly. It's insensitive to the needs of the elderly. It's insensitive to this woman. She's had it, and I don't understand why this. You've been warned. It's been put on a record from the very outset that her duration and her stamina was limited. We've had one other deposition, and the same thing happened. Now, this is not a surprise. This is something that you knew well in advance, and you asked all these questions that really were so remote as to the heart of this case, to wear her down so that at this point in time she'd be vulnerable to questions that were the heart of the case. And she's not able to focus on it. And I think that's morally, ethically, and legally wrong. I have nothing further to say.
I'll just say we were on the record for probably 2 hours. The first 45 minutes was made up of an objection over whether or not 2 documents in Latvian were going to be utilized in this deposition. You insisted that we call the judge in order to get a ruling on it. The judge ruled against you, and then we had to proceed forward after we wasted half an hour to 45 minutes. After that, a couple questions were asked, and then you refused to let her answer a question. Looking into your record, you could not find the reference. 20 minutes went by, and then you said you stand corrected, and you allowed her to answer that question. So an hour and a half into the deposition, essentially no information was obtained, and that is why in the last half hour we've gotten to some questions where there is some answers, and that's where the deposition ended.
I think your wristwatch is broken, counsel.
Well, the record will reflect what we did at the beginning of the deposition.
But that's fine. And I think your timing is well off. We'll see what happens.
Anything more on the record?
Not for the moment.
Go on.
We're now off the record. The time is approximately 4:12 p.m.